A raw, damp Friday here in Keene, but we're going to play baseball today. 2 games, in fact, as the Keene State Owls get set to take on the UMass Boston Beacons. Good afternoon and welcome back to Keene State Owls baseball. Ryan Goodwin, JJ LeBlanc, and Cody Hood here with you.
In the starting picture will be Jake Yakum as we get the game going, and that's a
pop up toward the left, right field side and out of play for strike one to St. John's Prep. He grounds one to third, and this could be a very fast inning for Yakum. On to first, nice scoop there by Chatfield, and it's 3 up, 3 down in the first. Head
come aggressive to the
Miles
fly ball
pops it up, and Reyna coming in will make the catch for out number 2. Looking for one here, 1-2, and he gets it. Called strike 3. So Levine is down looking, and the Beacons strand the 2-out double. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Still no score.
Chance he does get a piece of it. You already have a guy on base.
Oh, and there's a base hit for Ethan Reyna into right field. Right on cue.
Chatfield had it held up at second.
And that one's going to be nice stop there at second by Anderson. On to first in time.
Something in play, hopefully not into our defense, which
he's good.
Grounder to second base. Nice little play to first, and 2 out.
Anderson's been busy this inning. Couple ground ball.
For us to win against UMass. Little right field blooper.
Yeah, pop up and foul ground. Chatfield will make the catch. A very fast top of the third once again for Jake Yakum. Yeah, Moss getting up there in the pitch count and grounded through the hole into center field for a base hit. Got off to a pretty good start, and he's going to ground that one through the hole for a base hit.
That'll bring it in a run.
Anderson will score from second, and the Owls have an early lead here against the Beacons. 1-0. Little hits to get rallies rolling, and that one's through the hole there into left field. And he's going to do just that. He grounds one into right field, the base hit. Rounding third, headed home is McHugh. He's going to score easily, and down to third goes Ehlers. It's 2-0 Owls. First pitch from Moss, and he goes after the first one into the left. It's going to be caught, but tagging from third is Ehlers. He'll score easily.
Perfect.
Just keep it moving. And another base hit to right field.
Oh my goodness, that sent someone to third.
They've been wearing it out. Chatfield digs for third. He dives in safely. Another hit for Ethan Reyna.
The train is moving.
A curveball today too. Nice piece.
Burris pokes that one to short. Throwing it is Fillet in time. Nice play there at short from Otis Fillet. Number for Williams coming in, 403, and he goes after this one, pops it up. Anderson gives way to Reyna, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
It's the average baseball fan that, oh my God, what are you looking at?
Throw to first in time there from McHugh, and that's another very fast inning for Jake Yakum.
Kind of comes in a little bit there.
Cowley bloops this one into left. It's going to get down for a hit.
He's gonna run out too with plenty of time. Nice little blooper double to second for Cowley.
This is just kind of how we do it.
It's a lot of fun as Cowley will gun to second.
Oh, did he get him?
He got him.
What a pick.
What a throw there by Evan Cowley, and he is able to nab Elliott Miles to end the inning. Breon Parker 0 for 1 goes after this one now, and Fillet at short. Fires on in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
That's what a lot of guys try to do nowadays. They try to lean back, make it look like.
And this one's on the ground to Fillet, and that's going to be another ground out and another 1-2-3 inning for Jake Yakum.
Ryan, you said that before it hit his glove, Ryan. Can't be doing that.
Just like that, another inning is done.
It's possible, and just attack the hitters.
And through, off the first baseman's glove, and Fillet is going to reach.
It's cold outside. It is 40, and it's cloudy.
Oh, and he's, look at that, a thing of beauty just dunked into right field. Another 2-strike hit for the Owls. Yeah, very big backstop here. He's going to ground that one through the hole, base hit. Another run is in. Fillet will score. Stopping at third is Verano, and what a great hit there for Evan Cowley, just getting it through past the dive of Miles at short.
And again, teams just stringing together singles to win their job.
Oh, dude, Pink Pony Club by Chaperone.
That one's going to be stung into here to left field by McHugh. Scoring is Verano.
Oh, McHugh's going to get second
he's going to try for it, and he's
in. McHugh with the double.
5-0 Owls.
That'll probably bring in Moss now.
I would suspect this will be the end of the road for Max Moss indeed.
Wait, Curtis isn't a pick here.
3-0. Not even close. Ball 4 and another run is in. Max Boston can get out of it. Runners all go. Ball 4.
I was going to say that would be a big missed opportunity for Keene to be able to get some runs. Corporate out there.
That one's hit in the air to center. Ehlers racing back on it. In front of the track. Nice over-the-shoulder catch.
Make it look so easy.
And he robs Williams there of a hit.
It's very possible.
2-1. Popped up into center field. Ehlers calls it off. And will make the catch to end the inning. Another very easy inning for Yakum. Get something here from the number 9 man, Parker, who's going to lay down a bunt, actually. Yakum fields it quickly and fires in time. Nicely done to get the speedy Parker to end the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Jake Yakum still pitching a shutout. Cure trying not to walk him, and he will. Another run walked in by the Beacons. And Ehlers will score from third. It's now 8-0 to be the other way around.
Oh boy.
Goes after that one, does Verano, and dunks it into center field, a base hit. This is going to score, I believe, 2 runs. And that is going to be the ball game, I believe, with the mercy rule.
Yep.
The Owls snap the losing streak to UMass Boston.
Big way.
In a huge way, they win this one in game 1 by a final of 10-0.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to the second game of our doubleheader where your Keene State Owls will take on the Beacons of UMass Boston. I'm your host, JJ Lang, joined here by Cody Hood. Ariano Jimenez will start out, and we'll have Cam Thomas pitching for the Owls. First one, start out with a ball. Senior from Marston Mills, Mass. Makes contact with it, and then it'll go right to second base, and that'll be out, and that'll do it. For the top of the first, as Keene State will go in, try to get their bat swinging now. 8 innings, it was a mercy rule. Alley got a piece of it. That'll go over the shortstop. Can he beat it out? He might get it, and he does get it. Callie gets on base to start off the game, for sure. McHugh gets a big piece of that one. That'll go over to left field. No one's there to greet it, and that'll bring in a run.
Third base coach is waving home Callie. Callie's going to reach.
Got it. To the wrong time. And Ehlers gets a big chunk of that one. That'll go way into left field.
Ehlers, ball gets down. Ehlers is hauling for second. Scores the runner at second.
And they are just teeing off right now. Thomas lines it up. Puts in the middle. And that is strike.
Good pitch. Geyer did not like that whatsoever. Pop up.
That'll be a pop up.
Oh, shortstop Filet. Calling it. Gets the out.
Got a piece of that one, no. And that'll go way out.
Shea Zena under the ball, gets the ball.
Able to
Owls
get
are
it.
out of the inning.
And he's going to put this one in play. It's going to go right to third base. Has a chance to run it out. And the worst idea. And he will just hit that. And that'll be a fair ball. And here we go. Callie rounding third, and he'll go. And that is a double there for McHugh.
Wonderful hitting by McHugh there, just working off that third base line.
Oh, it's going to send him home. Callie, he goes home and he gets the run. And it also advances McHugh to third. And that makes it a 3-0 lead for the Owls.
This is just...
Oh, he gets a piece of it. That goes in the left field. And that'll bring another runner home. Ehlers goes to second. Likes his speed.
Lost by Ehlers. Nice line drive.
Keene State teeing off in the left field, and that makes it a 4-0 lead for the Owls. Chatfield, big swing. This is going way back. Can they catch it? And that'll be in the outfield. It'll be off the wall. Chatfield is going to second.
And Ehlers goes home. And the Owls are up 5-0.
Pitches in. And Zena got a piece of it. Bloops it over to left field, and that might bring a runner home. And he trips on
calls back.
Trips on third base a little bit. Reyna gets another piece of it. That'll go to second. Oh, and they go to second, and Zena will be out. But it does bring Chatfield home.
Especially if it's like off the bat.
And that is strike 3. Swing and a miss. And that'll retire the first one. Ball's up. Strike 3. And that'll do it. And it will take us into the bottom of the fourth, if you can. Anderson, big hit. That'll go over the top of Champa. And that'll be a vicious single for Anderson. Come out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Thomas throws it. And strike 3 looking.
Good pitch by Thomas right there.
Oh, and a strike 3 swinging.
Big swing and a miss for Thomas there.
Ayler's got a piece of it. That'll go foul again.
No, that's fair
Oh,
ball,
that's
right
fair.
field. Drops down, Ayler's hauling for second. Gets within there plenty of time standing up. And then you're like,
Wow, what a
play.
hit.
Deep drive, left center field.
And it's out of there! And a home run for Otis Filet.
Filet touches them all. Homer number 1 of this doubleheader. Keene dugout, feeling it.
Wow. It looked good.
Looked good, sounded good, felt good.
Oh, and strike 3.
Good off speed.
Wow, and Seeley, we will see you later. And strike 3 looking. And the floor will hit the showers. Brennan
And then it just
throws. Oh, on the ground.
Uh-oh.
Might bring a runner home. Can he get him? Yes, they can. He's out.
Out at home plate.
And that'll do
With
it
an amazing recovery
for
to
the
six.
tops of the 7th. They don't play as much. Time to play.
McHugh with the drive
Wow.
up the middle. What a beautiful at bat by McHugh there. Just a nice, easy line drive down the center. Couldn't ask for anything more from the leadoff guy.
Oh, big hit.
Rain up.
It's going to the left
Left
field.
field.
It's fair. And you know what that means? We're going to get 2 runners in.
Rain up. Double.
And Reyna hits the double, and that'll send 2 guys home. Double RBI. It is now a 9-0 game, and Keene State in a really good position.
Yeah, this ump doesn't really like a lot of high pitches.
Yeah,
And gets
exactly.
the swinging strikeout. Brennan must feel great about that. His first strikeout of the game.
Oh, I think. Whoa! And that'll be a base hit.
And the UMass Boston gets their
Stallion.
first hit of the game.
Take the playbook. Just throw it out.
Uh-oh.
And he's out.
They get the out at first.
But
Boston
somebody will-
gets their first run of both games. Brennan,
And he struck out,
That's
and
the
that'll
curveball
do it
right
for
there.
the top of the 8th inning. We will now go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Keene State trying to get the bats rolling again. Keene State leads us 1-2. We'll be back after these messages.
I'm just trying to close the gap just a little bit.
That would be a swinging strike 3, and that'll be a strikeout for George Young. And that'll be a hit.
Oh! Unlucky bounce for Filet.
And that'll bring in a run.
That was a bad bounce.
Yeah, that was not a good bounce. Nice hit. No one's going to be there to greet it either. Oh, no. And that makes the score now 9-4.
Go eat dinner. And then this happens, and you're like,
Oh, we got another hit. Oh, it was over the head. Oh, no. That might bring home 2 runners. And it only does bring home 1.
UMass clawing their way back through
It
this
is now
somehow.
9-5.
There's a couple of
Another
Pop
swing,
up,
and that'll
left
go into
field.
left field.
Shea rushing towards it. Nice
Zena
little
able to get
blooper.
the out.
Ooh,
This could be it.
Young.
Young tosses Seeley there. And strike 3 watches it, and that will be the game. Keene State will win this one 9-5. They beat UMass Boston both times
for the sweep.
for the sweep, and that'll do it for today's game. Be sure to join us back here shortly, where we have a chat with a couple of the Keene State Owls as well as head coach Justin Blood. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you very shortly.
Game one was a success for the Owls. They look to continue that dominance here in game two. They took game one by a final of 10-4. But game two of this doubleheader against Western Connecticut State is coming up next. And Ryan Goodwin here once again with you, at least for the start of this game. Happy to be joined by Carson Flake for game two. We had Marty Testo on a little bit in game one. That was very fun. Keene State was very dominant in their performance in game one. They went up 10-1 entering the ninth inning. The Wolves made it a little bit closer in the end with a few two-out runs, but Keene State looks to continue their winning streak here and make it 4 in a row and trying to go to 5-2 in the conference.
Yeah, exactly right there, Ryan. I mean, they had a great weekend last weekend, and then they just need to follow it up. A sweep here today is absolutely vital for the Owls, especially as we're nearing the end of the season, going into the postseason.
And now we'll have a look at the starting lineup for the Owls here as they bat first once again in game two. Do you want to take us through the Owls lineup, Carson?
Yeah, we're going to have Evan Calley starting off, followed by McHugh, Tommy Ehlers, Chatfield, Shea Zena, Reyna, Follett, Finley, and Anderson to finish us off. And then for WestCon, we've got Jason Hanna, Ryan Valley, Nick Moeller, Nick Lobuno, Thomas Kyo, Charles Mulov, Josette Rosa, Anthony Masila, and Brian Burkle.
Yeah, and on the mound, as you see on the screen right now, for Western Connecticut in game two, Brian Mansfield, 1-2, 20 2/3 innings worked, a 7.40 ERA, 12 strikeouts, but 11 walks. So he's struggled at times with ball four this year. Owls will be looking to take advantage of that. A lot of the same lineup that they trotted out in game one. Although some changes, obviously Zena pitched game one, so now plays in left field here in game two. And Derek Finley, who got an at-bat late in the game, will start at DH as well here in game two. And we'll get to it in a minute, but Nate Pirog will get the start on the mound in this game for Keene State. Looking to continue their winning ways against a struggling Wolves team.
Yeah, Pirog has had 20.2 innings pitched. He's 0-1 on the season so far with a 7.4 ERA. And I'd assume this is a big chance for him to, get a one on the win side of things.
Yeah, he certainly, I mean, the way he pitched a few outings ago against Western New England certainly deserved to get the win. The Owls held a 1-0 lead, but they ended up losing the game late 3-1, and he certainly pitched well enough in that one. Went 6 scoreless innings, hoping that the offense can back him up a lot more today.
For sure. I think I was on the call for that game, actually.
Yeah,
so, Yeah, I remember that game, and it was a shame because the Owls came off firing. I mean, they were on top of things, but the bullpen couldn't finish us off. So obviously we hope the same thing happens here for Pirog today, but then the bullpen can do their job as well today.
Yeah, certainly the bullpen, for the most part, did their job in game one, although had a pretty good lead to work with. Owls got up relatively early in the game, 6-1, and never looked back. Eventually made it 10-1, and then a few late runs with 2 outs for Western Connecticut in the ninth. Made it a little bit closer, 6-run game. But here's Mansfield's first pitch. Game 2 is underway. We have umpires switching positions. Scott Pellerin now will be behind the plate for game 2. And Brian Barry on the bases. I couldn't remember their names either, so
yeah,
I don't think it's on the board.
Thank you to Ryan Hearn for throwing those up on the screen because I was pulling it up as well on the phone.
And that's strike 2. Cali quickly behind here. 0-2. Got to talk again with Marty Testo a little bit in game 1 for some of the later innings. That was fun. Good to have you on, Carson, here for game 2.
For sure.
Cali hits it off the glove of the third baseman and into left field. Just got off of Joseph Rosa's glove. Gets the start at third here in the second game. And that's a leadoff base runner for the Owls. And a hit to start this one.
For sure. And Evan McHugh coming up here has had a pretty good season so far, batting 353, sorry. And he'll look to improve it here.
Yeah, his average has certainly come up. I felt like entering Saturday or Friday. I keep saying Saturday because it was supposed to be played then. But entering Friday, I think he was at 322. So his average is starting to creep back up once again.
For sure. I'd assume he is feeling it now. He's definitely into form, not in any sort of slump, and just going to keep going to do the same thing.
Looked at a ball there from Mansfield. Both pitchers today coming in with pretty high ERAs at 7.40 each, but on the, at least from what we've seen on our side, Nate Pirog has certainly pitched well. His last few starts, they check on him and they thought they had Callie picked off. They don't, though. So Scott Berry rules him safe.
Yeah, they're very worried about Callie over there. Back-to-back, just trying to throw him out, but we'll see, I guess. Maybe Callie's going to look to steal. I don't know.
Here's a 1-0 for Mansfield. Not close. Brian Mansfield, sophomore from Lynbrook, New York. Good New York presence on this Western Connecticut State team. Callie holds, and now it's going to be grounded to short. Burkle will tap second for one and fire to first in time. A double play.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for the Owls. I mean, good contact, but unfortunate, spot to put the ball. You can't be doing that. I mean, that's just routine double play. Every single day of the week, they make that play.
So Tommy Ehlers digs in. 443 still. Had 3 runs batted in that first game. Up to 26 now on the season. That's impressive, too, considering this team only plays, they come in at 11-13. So they played 24 games, 26 RBI. More than an RBI a game on average. Popped out a play foul, and it's 1-1. Trying to avoid in the end, what could be a quick first inning for Mansfield. They did allow the leadoff man on with the base hit. The double play has erased that. Here's a 1-1. Again outside. Sun continues to shine here at the start of game number 2. It started a little before 3:30.
I mean, you can't ask for much of a better day. This is prime weather out here.
Ehlers hits that one in the air to center. Hannah camped under it, coming all the way over, makes the catch. And that is the end of the first. A quiet first for the Owls after the leadoff single. Will head to the bottom half. No score.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
We are back here in the bottom of inning number 1. Still getting used to saying that. Keene State playing as the road team both these games. But get a look at their starter for game 2, Nate Pirog. Freshman has pitched well on a few occasions this season out of Bristol, Connecticut, one of the homes of the ESPN network.
Maybe a little rivalry game here. A Connecticut native playing against Western Connecticut. Big game for him. Jason Hanna up to bat first for WestCon. Sophomore, studying business out of Port Richmond, New York, Staten Island.
Yeah, a good amount of New York players, obviously, with this Western Connecticut team. Obviously out of Danbury, so right on the border with New York State. not too far from the city either. So always been kind of surprising, and it's going to be caught right away by Anderson at second on the line drive. But always kind of surprising that Western Connecticut has struggled so much in baseball the last number of years, because when you look at where they are locationally, they're not far from New York State. They're not far from New York City, so you would think they get
a lot of players,
some decent players,
yeah.
But hasn't been the case. Not saying they don't have decent players. But
yeah, for sure. I mean, 0-5 in the season so far, in the LAC that is, and looking to change that after a couple rescheduled games, weird things going on, but
been talking about it kind of between game 1 and 2 that it's been somewhat of a rarity for Keene State to actually play in Danbury when they play Western Connecticut. A lot of their games over the years have been either moved here due to the field conditions, or last year it was played at St. Joseph, although that was supposed to be here. That was because of our field conditions. But a couple of years ago, it was really the last time a lot of people can remember that Keene State actually played in Danbury for a doubleheader there.
For sure. Now we got Ryan Valley up for WestCon. I mean, he's batting .373 here on the season so far, and 10 RBIs so far. He's not going to get one right now, but has done well for the Wolves this season.
Unless he leaves the yard as he hits that one into center. I was going to say next pitch, probably home run.
The announcer's curse is not coming today.
And so now it gets the inning to, well, Nick Muller, who Muller started at catcher in game 1, played there, and now gets the start at first base in game 2.
Yeah, Muller batting .400 this year. I mean, 17 RBIs. That's a very impressive season for Muller. I mean, definitely someone to watch out for here for the Owls as Pirog tries to keep him, not doing what he's been doing this season.
First pitch from Pirog, big swing, and he comes up empty. Muller did have an RBI double there in the bottom of the 9th of game 1. Got one of those 3 runs that inning for the Wolves. And they all came with 2 outs. The Owls got the first 2 outs relatively fast, but then they strung together some hits. Strike 2. And that's high for a ball. So 1-2 now on Muller, Wolves' most dangerous hitter. 1-2, has to get out of the way of that one. A good stop, though, by Cowley.
Yeah, great stop there. Lots of fans out here today. I mean, tons of people playing out on the field, and then also a lot of lawn chairs out there on the third base line. Love to see that.
Muller comes walking off. I'm not sure if that was a called strike 3, apparently. Wow. Caught everybody by surprise there. It's going to be popped up. McHugh running over at third and foul ground, makes the catch, and that is the inning. So Labono retired on 1 pitch. We'll head to the 2nd inning. No score on the Owls Media Network.
Welcome to Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt. Our first contestant is suffering from knee pain from a recent running incident. What do we think, audience? Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt? Why not try Hurt Skirt? Make your recovery hassle-free with Hurt Skirt, a patent-pending, stretch-to-fit, hot-cold therapeutic sleeve, proven to stay cold longer and still remain completely mobile. Drop the ice, skirt the hurt.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
We'll look there at the Keene State dugout as we enter the second inning. We were surprised, and I think a lot of people, including head coach of Western Connecticut, Johnny Susi, were confused with that strike 3 call.
Yeah,
Didn't
I mean,
catch it.
If you're an Owls fan, you're happy with it. If you're a Wolves fan, you're not happy with that, especially here early in the game. Getting a runner on base, too. I mean, that kills your inning. And then ultimately probably killed the momentum there, falling, literally a 1 pitch later, an out right there. So, I mean, umpires making their presence known, I guess, early on in the game.
Yeah, and Susie came out in between innings there to have a talk with the home plate umpire. I can't blame him for that because we were all pretty confused, too. That one's off, I think, one of the porta potties out there.
Yeah, that was well struck. I mean, that thing was going.
Hope nobody was in there when that happened. Oh, what if it broke it? That one's popped up by Chatfield, under it at third base. Oh, now coming over is the shortstop, Burkle, to make a nice run and catch.
Good play by Burkle.
Hat came flying off.
Yeah, we've seen that now twice. In the last inning, the same thing happened when our third baseman ran over there and his hat came off too. So wonder if the wind is just blowing just a little bit.
Or is just running that hard.
Yeah, I mean, there is no wind out here.
Yeah.
The flag is not moving at all. So
I don't see the trees moving in the outfield too much.
Shea Zena up now, batting .258 on the season after pitching last game. Looks to have a better day.
There you go. Oh, it's flown right into the glove of the right fielder, Charles Mulhall. Yeah, Zena had a pretty good day on the mound overall. Got through 5 1/3, allowed a run, but that was it.
Now it's time for him to make noise, I guess, on the other side. But after that start, he's got to wait till his next at-bat.
Yeah, solid contact there, but just nothing to show for it. Lined right to Mulhall in right field. So Mansfield quickly 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. And now Ethan Reyna digs in. Owls trying to win 4 in a row, going back to last Friday, the sweep of UMass Boston here. I'm looking for another doubleheader sweep over an LEC opponent in Western Connecticut today. Which, if they could do that, the Wolves would fall to 0-6 in the conference. Sitting right at the bottom of the standings right now alongside Plymouth State. Rhode Island College also has not had a good start to the year. Their only win, I believe, to this point in the conference is here against Keene State when they won that second game.
Mm-hmm. That was a shame for Keene State after, having a big first game, with the run rule, right? And then turning around and losing. That's not a good look.
Or the Rhode Island game was, I think, 6-5. The first game.
Okay, my bad.
They came back to Rhode Island came back down 5-1, top of the 8th with a grand slam, and then
yeah, I'm remembering that one.
And then Keene
now.
won
My
it in
bad.
the bottom of the 8th. Yep.
Yeah. That was a fun game though.
Yeah, it wasn't fun on the Keene State side in the moment of the grand slam, but
yeah, we were scared there.
8th,
Yeah, I remember that. I think that was my first time here.
That's right. Yeah.
I was just watching, and then I was on the call for the next game.
And Reyna goes down swinging, so another fast inning for Mansfield. And we still have no score. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Western Connecticut coming up.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
We are back here, bottom of the second inning. And we get a look. We were just talking about the LEC standings, but Keene, that number obviously revised now to 4-2. Castleton right now is on the inside, actually, 3-5. Rhode Island College, we just talked about 1-5 on the outside looking in. Western Connecticut now 0-5. Plymouth State 0-5. But Eastern Connecticut State atop the standings, 7-2. UMass Dartmouth having a good year, 5-2. And Southern Maine at 6-3. And the team that Keene State just swept, UMass Boston, also at 6-3.
I mean, looking at the standings, that's a massive 2 games for Keene State. I mean, staying in playoff contention and then also maybe even knocking down UMass Boston. Those 2 losses there can change things for UMass, and that'll help out Keene State a lot too. So like we've talked about multiple times, these games are super, super important, and just as they're right on the bubble here. So
yeah, those types of games, those types of series, when you get a sweep like that, can certainly change the momentum of the season too for Keene. They came in at 1-2, and it looked like they were getting UMass Boston too at a pretty bad time, especially with that large win streak they had. But then coming back to sweep them in both games and just flat out dominating that doubleheader really has switched the momentum of, it feels like, of their season to this point. Now they're 4-2 in the LEC, trying to get another sweep, make it 5-2, and you also have a really tough opponent out of the way in UMass Boston early in the season, or the conference season at least. And again, the goal for the Owls coming into this year was to build off of what they did last year, and that was getting back into the playoffs, now being more competitive even in the LEC than they were a year ago.
yeah, and Justin Blood has done a great job doing that. I mean, I've talked to him, prior to the season, and just kind of working with other things. He's talked about, just a culture of continuous improvement, and that's what he's looking for. And I mean, every time we've talked to him, that's kind of what he's kind of preached, like the results are one thing, it's the improvement that's another thing. And I think that's what the Owls have really done so far this season. They started off, 0-4 at the start of the year and have really turned it around here through the thick of the season, which is impressive, especially now playing at home. Those first couple games all on the road. Now they get to play at home. It's a little bit of a more stale environment, which is huge.
And that's the thing that can be kind of challenging is Pirog fires a ball 2 to Keogh. That's the thing that can be kind of challenging with baseball here, especially, is that the first part of the year you're really just playing on the road until the field is kind of ready.
Right.
And, you only really get about a month of true home games
right
before the year's over. So,
and then the talk of artificial surface comes into play, and it's great, because you get the games in, you get to play, but any player, is going to want to play on a real field. You look at the major leagues, they're all playing on real fields for a reason. And even in other sports like the NFL, every player talks about the natural surface, how much better it is. It's safer for the players. But in a place like this, when it's perfect like this outside, you got to love it. But there's talks. I'm sure you can look at all the pros and cons for both surfaces.
Yeah, and obviously we had snow here a couple mornings ago, so that could be a challenge with a grass field. But Keogh will take ball 4, so Pirog issuing a walk there, and that's the first base runner, or actually not the first base runner, but it's the first walk he's allowed. And now here's the right fielder, Charles Mulhall. Comes in 250, gets the start in game 2, did not start game 1, did not make any appearances either. But we're talking about the field surfaces certainly in the NFL. I mean, a lot of those players will talk about how turf is a lot of times worse, and you see some of the worst non-contact injuries on some of these turf fields.
Exactly, yeah. And just as my career as a player, I've always said this: 10 out of 10 grass always is better than 10 out of 10 turf, but 10 out of 10 turf is better than 5 out of 10 grass. So
very true.
That's how I've always thought of it. But it's just the game. That's what it's supposed to be played on, the natural surface. That's how it started. So
yeah, I definitely like the natural fields better.
Yeah, for sure. Charles Mulhall here. He's from Fairfield, Connecticut. Business management major, junior.
Pops that one up. Callie giving it a look behind the dish and now runs out of room. So he stays alive for another pitch at least. Keogh leading off first with the leadoff walk.
Never want to start with the leadoff walk. It's always the baseball curse. I mean, we've seen it so many times how just a leadoff walk can just hurt your momentum for the inning. But Pierre stood tall, I feel like, so far during this at bat. I mean, he's ahead in the count, so a big strikeout here would be massive.
Maybe gets another foul ball there from Mulhall. Maybe get Mulhall to roll over into 1-2 double play.
Yep, that'd be huge. Just a little grounder into the shortstop or the third baseman or something would be huge.
Western Connecticut was able to turn one on Evan McHugh in the first inning. Keene State looking for their first defensive one here of game 2. They turned one in game 1. It was a grounder right back to Zena on the mound. 2-2. That one runs in.
Runner goes.
Yeah, runner is gonna get caught. Trying to go to second base. Thought that Keogh was gonna get in there safely, but Callie guns him down after the wild pitch.
Yeah, that was a great play by Callie. First off, a fantastic block, but then the awareness to know that he was going, and then getting that rifle down in perfect, placement of the ball. I mean, Callie doing his job exactly how, Coach Blood and everyone else wants him to.
3-2 now from Pirog, foul back again. So Mulhall continues to put together a good at bat. Yeah, but I thought Keogh had it pretty much stolen, or not stolen, but I thought he had second base, had a really good jump. Just a great throw from Callie.
I felt like he might have hesitated just a little bit. I mean, he was thinking about going and then stayed, and then he decided to go, and that might have just killed a little time.
Now a little dribbler here back to Pirog, flips to first in time. Mulhall retired, and just like that, there's 2 outs and nobody on.
Great response there from Pirog. I mean, getting to do the play himself after his buddies, help him out with the stolen base effort. But that leadoff walk we talked about, no longer an issue anymore. So
now the third baseman here in game 2, Joseph Rosa. Seen him get in on the action right away. The leadoff single from Callie clanked right off his glove into left field. It was a tough play for him. Certainly not an error. And that's ball 1. Pirog pitch count now 31 pitches through an inning and 2/3 worked. That's strike 2. Looking for a strikeout here, runs it up high and inside.
Yeah, Rosa through 5 games is batting .500 on the season. Pretty impressive, I mean, for the junior out of New Jersey. But only in 5 appearances, kind of changes how you look at things. I mean, he's had no RBIs on the season, only 2 hits. So.
And now he's called out for strike 3 there. That is the second K of the afternoon so far for Pirog. We'll head to the 3rd inning now. No score.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
Top half inning number 3. You get a look there. Men's lacrosse practicing. on the lacrosse field. It's got to be a really nice day for practice, I think.
For sure. I mean, especially dealing with the elements this last week. I mean, Saturday the field wasn't even available to practice on or play on. And then last week it was getting cold, especially as the sun went down. I was out there a couple nights late nights at practice for soccer, and it was chilly and raining and not weather like this. Complete opposite.
Yeah, gotta love springtime in New England. That's always how it goes. Like one day it's like today it's nice mid-60s, sunny. The next day you get 35 degrees and a wintry mix. It's just typical April New England.
What I always like to say though is like if you're out there and it's raining and it's cold, if it weren't for those days, you don't appreciate these days. You know,
That's
like
true.
The average Floridian doesn't appreciate a beautiful day like this as much as someone that sits through the cold and the snow. I mean, it's a completely different thing. So,
yeah, for the average Floridian, this type of day is probably a break out the pants and sweatshirt kind of day. 65 degrees, that's like frigid.
Yeah. We could ask Reed if he's somewhere over here. I think he is. What his idea is on the cold. I mean, he's always bundled up in that big old puffer coat.
Even on a day like today. That's strike one finally to Fillet, and now it counts 3-1 from Mansfield. Mansfield's allowed a single base runner for the Owls. That was a leadoff single to Cowley, but he was quickly erased via a double play. Here's the 3-1. Oh, and that's not close.
I hit him.
That actually got a piece of Fillet, so he's aboard. Might have just clipped his jersey.
Yeah, I think it clipped his jersey. I think actually the umpire was signaling it might have hit his arm while he's holding the bat. I think it hit his left arm.
But it must have just grazed him because he didn't look fazed by that at all. So Derek Finley now gets an at-bat and gets the start here in Game 2. The DH coming back from injury. One of the transfers. We got a comment. Apparently mid-60s is cold for Reed. So he says this is nice though.
Well, I'd hope this is nice after Reed. I mean, he's been out here for 4 years, so he's got to get used to it now.
If he says he's a Michigander too, he's a Detroit fan. Like he's got to be more used to it than this. I mean,
I've actually had this conversation with him.
It gets cold up in Michigan.
Well, so here's the deal. I've got this whole conversation. So basically, Reed, and I'm sure no one on this broadcast knows about Reed, but if you do, you'll know. Biggest Detroit sports fan of all time, especially outside of Detroit. Well, my family actually grew up in Detroit, so I kind of connected with him, and I always thought he was from Detroit until he tells me he was from Florida. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, I thought you were this Detroit guy. And he's like, oh, his whole family's from Detroit, but they all moved to Florida. So maybe he's got it in his genes.
Yeah, he's from Florida. Oh, and that one gets past
there he goes.
The catcher, Marsala, and to second easily goes Fillet. Yeah, I mean, he's from, we have a visit here from the pitching coach. He's from Florida. His family's, I guess, from Michigan. Yeah, but he's a Detroit fan, like everything, like Lions, Tigers,
Red Wings,
even the University of Michigan, Wolverines. Who's their other teams? Oh, Pistons.
Pistons, yep. I think that's all of them.
Yeah, the four. Yeah, they are. Pistons having a good year. Yeah, I mean, actually, pretty much every team from Detroit's doing okay right now.
Especially the Lions. I mean, shout out to my grandpa. He passed a year ago, but he was the biggest Lions fan I've ever met, and he got to see the Lions go to the AFC Championship before he passed, and it was honestly just the coolest moment I've ever seen. Just because after that,
how many years of bad play?
Long time. He was a long-time season ticket holder.
Yeah, those tickets got to be harder to get now, relatively.
Oh, yeah.
That's ball 4, so Finley works a walk. He's just 2 plate appearances now this season. Going back to last game, that was his first. He has 2 walks.
Now we got Luke Anderson coming up to bat, batting .256 on the season so far. He's got a runner in scoring position, a runner on first base. This is a big at-bat, especially with no outs. I mean, just a sack could just do something, maybe get a runner at least at third, if not, score him in too.
Yeah, get both. Sack bunt would get second and third, maybe, one out. Certainly be a good opportunity, and you get it back to the top of the order in Cali. He's going to show bunt, gets it down. The throw is going to go to third, and it gets away. And that's how the Owls are going to get on the board this afternoon. More wild play, and now another run trying to score. He will. To third and sliding in with a bunt is Luke Anderson, and it scores 2.
I mean, we can't have drawn it up any better. I mean, we pretty much predicted that exactly. I mean, it was supposed to be a sacrifice, turned into a fielder's choice, turned into an error, and turned into 3 bases there. I mean, wow, that's a massive play for the Owls, but terrible play on the Wolves side of things. Can't let that kind of stuff happen. It's just a simple mistake by the third baseman and cost them 2 runs.
Yeah, now big cut there from Cali, but that's just been the story of the afternoon. It was certainly a story of game 1. A lot of errors committed by Western Connecticut State. Thought they had the lead runner there and a throwaway. And all of a sudden, Fillet and Finley both come in. It's 2-0, and now you got a chance for at least another run here from Cali. He's going to ground it to the shortstop. Nice play, but he's got no play. Runner does stay put at third. So Burkle able to stop it and keep it in the infield. But Cali too fast. They're not going to be able to get him at first. So nobody out still.
Yeah, I mean, right away we've gotten to the top of the order, and this is not the time that you want no outs and runners on base if you're WestCon. I mean, top of the order, and you've got guys like Cali and McHugh batting really good this season, especially Tommy Ehlers coming up to bat next. And this could be a big inning for the Owls to get ahead early.
McHugh grounded into a double play his first time up. Now has runners on the corners. Fouls the first one back. Over in the direction of the softball field. Looks like they're starting to get a practice going.
It's a good day that we don't have both games going on anymore, just like on Saturday. I mean, we had baseballs and softballs flying each way onto each field, and that was funny. That was fun, but it was too packed. And 1 million people in here. We're lucky that this press box didn't fall down.
They'll check back to first, and Cali back in safely. We'll see if they try to run him, and Cali try to set up another run. They made that play work at least once in the first game.
That's the 3rd time of the game they've checked on Cali on first base. They've got to be pretty worried about him right now.
Yeah, he can definitely run. That one was outside for a ball. Marsal able to catch that one. But yeah, this has the potential certainly to be a big inning right now for the Owls. Most runs they scored. Only got 4 in an inning last game. Most they had in an inning as that one's flied in the air to center to make the catch there. And tagging from third is Anderson. He will score easily. It's 3-0 Keene State on the sac fly with the center fielder, Hannah. So McHugh getting the job done, drives in a run. RBI for him. And now here's Keene State's most dangerous hitter, Ehlers.
Yeah, the dugout's happy about this. I mean, it's been a perfect inning so far for them. Everything's gone right in their direction. A little fly out doesn't hurt them at all, especially when it scores a run like that. So you can't ask for much better.
You could certainly think about getting Cali going too. Obviously, they've checked on him at first. They're worried about him. Won't go now. Ehlers fouls that one away. Yeah, and softball's starting to get a practice going, so you got to have a head on a swivel if you're over there right now.
I mean, head on a swivel for everyone out here, but that's just baseball.
Yeah. And vice versa for if you got a game going on over there. Yeah. Here you got a big softball landing on the field. Mansfield with an 0-1. Cali stays put outside. Keene jumping out to an early advantage once again here. It took them till the 3rd inning to get a run across, but they've got 3 so far. Callie's still not going. Ehlers lines it into center field. The base hit. Oh, and it's misplayed. It gets past Hannah there in center. Callie is going to round third and try to score, and he will easily with no throw. And Ehlers into second. It looked like Hannah just slipped and fell.
Yeah, that's a dreadful play for Hannah. I mean, especially, it really hasn't been errors. It's been more just mistakes for WestCon this inning. I mean, that's a routine play right there for center field. I mean, just a shame that happened. I mean, who knows what the surface feels like out there. If it took a weird hop, we'll give him benefit of the doubt. Maybe it did take a weird hop, especially with the weird weather we've been getting. I don't know what the outfield looks like, but
yeah, I think he definitely just a case of he lost his footing there. Because it was right to him. Obviously, he was ready to play it. Mm-hmm. It just fell down and slipped right past him. So with that, Ehlers gets to second. Cowley comes all the way around from first. And it's 4-0 Keene State. Still a chance to add on more for Chatfield. Fouls it back, 1-1. Chatfield team leading 5 homers. Last one came here.
Be a great time for another one.
Yeah, it is 4th here against Western New England. 5th came here as well, I believe. Did he check his swing? It looked like he did. It's ball 2. Yeah, they didn't even appeal down to the umpire.
Well,
it's pretty easy anyway.
Umpire's in the middle of the field.
That's true. Yeah, home plate umpire pretty much has to make that call.
No, that's one of the tough things here with D3 baseball is only a 2-man crew for the umpires. And as the playoffs get going, you know, they add more umpires. They can get more people out here. But it's tough because you got to keep the, you know, outfield umpire in a good position to make the right calls. But then for those situations, they're not down the line to make those decisions. So it's a tough spot.
Looked like he didn't swing anyway.
Yeah.
He'll dig back in. Mansfield now, it's been a lot more of a taxing inning here in the 3rd. He's now up to 40 pitches. First 2 innings were relatively easy for him. But with the 4 runs across, some of it not his fault. Chatfield goes after that one in the air to right. Back on it. He can't find it. Where is it? It's out of here. It doesn't matter. A home 2-run shot in the 6th of the season for Jonathan Chatfield makes it 6-0 Owls.
All 6 runs being scored in this inning, and we that's the 2nd time we've called it. We called the bunt in the start of the inning. Now we've called the home run.
I know.
What is going on
crazy
today?
They called a home run here on JJ and Teddy called, or JJ and Cody called a home run here back on Saturday for Otis Fillet. Teddy earlier in the season called the first home run of the year for Tommy Ehlers, so it just seems to be some magic in this booth this year. Yeah, the right fielder, Charles Mulhall, couldn't find the ball, and I was like, where is it? It's out of here anyway. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, if you're him, then at least it's out, and it's not you making a mistake or something. But, I mean, that sun is right there up in the sky and just beaming down into right field, so I can see how that mistake can happen. Losing the ball. If you look at the shadows, I mean, they're literally pointing straight at the right fielder. So
Owls have put up a very crooked number here in the 3rd inning, 6 runs, and still only 1 out. And the 1 out was a sac fly from Evan McHugh, so even the out was productive.
Yeah. Shea Zena looking to add to it now.
And that's not close. Ball 3. Mansfield has really labored here this inning. There's Mulhall over and right. Yeah, certainly can't feel too bad that, as bad as it is for your team, that ball got out there because he couldn't find it anyway.
Right.
So you're kind of bailed out by that.
Yeah.
But the team's certainly not bailed out.
No.
As that's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Zena. Got to think Westcom will start to get some action going in their bullpen.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's out there, but they might get moving right now. I think someone's stretching, so we can see it change, but it's not going to be anytime soon.
Yeah, you got to give the reliever time.
Tough. I mean, it's a tough spot if you're a reliever to come in, so you'd want to be as ready as you can be.
That's strike one to Ethan Reyna. So finally a strike across for Mansfield. Still just kind of a conference there. One of their pitchers with a jacket on, and now see another one that's 18. Not throwing though right now. Reyna has to get back out of the way. The throw to second on Zena.
Shea Zena with the stolen base.
Wow. He's safe. Just about everything that could go wrong right now for WestCon's going wrong.
It seems like that's been the story of the season also for WestCon. I mean, it's a shame, but that's just what's been going on. And like I said earlier, I mean, it hasn't really been massive errors.
No.
In this game especially, at least, like just unlucky plays and mistakes.
Keene State has almost certainly going to bat around here as Reyna hits one in the air to right. Mulhall can't find it again. It's over his head. Zena had to stop, and he's going to round third anyway. The throw to the plate is not in time. And to third goes Ethan Reyna. Wow.
Wow, Ethan Reyna got a piece of that, and we were talking about how the sun could be a big factor over there in right field, and it was back-to-back, or not back-to-back, but almost back-to-back at bats. What a shame there for WestCon. I mean, that'll probably go down as an error.
I think it clanked off his glove.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I really thought he caught it there for a second, and then I saw the ball laying down on the field, and I'm like, all right. And Shea Zena was moving, man. He stole second base. Then he had to move. I bet he was already out of breath before he started running, running home.
I thought for sure he was going to stop at third because he had to hold up to make sure, see if it was caught or not. So infield comes in for Western Connecticut. Ball off the glove now of Marsala, but Reyna will hold at third for now. And Keene State has now batted around this inning. The man who led off, Otis Fillet, at the dish. And there's still a chance for more. Reyna at third, one out.
One out. Looks like in the bullpen now they are throwing and catching at least. No real pitching going on there, just getting loose, it looks like.
I mean, you have to get somebody going. This has been obviously a very long inning for Western Connecticut, 7 allowed.
And this will be an even longer drive home for them, too.
And the first 2 innings were pretty okay for Mansfield. And that one gets away. Nope, that hit him. That hits Fillet on the leg. So the run, Reyna will have to go back to third, but Fillet now to first. Runners on the corners, and still just one out. And now Derek Finley. First time up, walked. Has walked both at bats for himself this season. Again, he made a pinch hit appearance in game 1 and took ball 4.
Yeah, this is a good chance for Finley. No pressure on him at all right now.
And he goes after the first one, fouls it back onto the softball field. Players in the outfield right now over there, so I think they're safe at the moment.
Yep. Looks like they might take some BP here soon, though, so that'll get interesting over there.
Yeah, you were on the call. They split their doubleheader back on Friday, and that was also against Western Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking earlier today at, what we had on the plate for this game, and I was like, wait, I've already called WestCon this week, and I'm like, hold on. But different sports, same team. That was a good game for the Owls on the softball side of things. I mean, a run rule to start it, or nearly a run rule. Didn't all the way get there just because they were short a run. They left a runner on third base when they could have made it a run rule and instead had to go through the 7th inning. But that was a perfect game for them. And then second game, I believe they won as well. I can't recall. I wasn't on the call. I had to leave, but
I think they split.
They might have split. Yeah.
Yeah. From what I heard, they won game 1. And then the second game they lost, I believe. 0-2 to Finley. Misses for a ball. Speaking of taking off, I'm actually going to have to take off after this half inning, but this has been a long half inning.
We were talking about it. We were like, if it keeps going, he might be here till the 5th inning. And here we are in the top of the 3rd, and that's not the case.
So still going on Finley stays alive with a 1-2 and now pokes that one in the air to center. Hanna looks like he's got it. He does make the catch. Tagging from third and scoring easily, though, is Reyna with a sac fly. That's the first RBI of the season for Derek Finley. He gets it done with a sac fly. Keene State up now 8-0.
Back to the top, or almost back to the top of the order. We got Anderson to finish us off here, batting in ninth.
And this is his second at bat of the inning.
Right.
Number 2, Luke Anderson.
They've already batted around. Once it got back to Fillet, that was the official bat around. Fillet at first now.
Yeah, Luke Anderson was the start of all that success at the very start of the game. I mean, or the inning, that is.
Yeah, dropped down the bunt and had the wild throw that scored 2. Tried to get the lead runner, Fillet, over at third.
Right, and then he got himself around on. I lose it now after all these runs. I can't even remember how he got around, but it's all a blur.
Feels like it was, practically a couple innings ago, but it's all been the same inning. And he's going to poke this one in the air to center. Finally making the catch to end the inning is Hanna, but not before the Owls bat around once and score 8 times. We will head to the bottom of the third. Carson will be on the call here on the Owls Media Network.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network here. Taking over for Ryan, I'm Carson Flake. We'll have Teddy Steinberg joining us soon. We've got Jonathan Chatfield out there playing right now in first base. He's had a good day so far after that 8-run inning for Keene State. It's been, the bats have been moving. We got around the order and some last inning as the Owls continue to try to keep this momentum going just on the defensive side of things as the first pitch goes foul.
Leading off the catcher, number 9, Anthony Marcia.
We've got Marcia leading off. He's batting .348 on the season so far, as that's a ball down low. Marsalis had a busy day behind the dish as he fouls that one off left field. He's been real busy. I mean, he's had to make multiple blocks and saves out there behind the dish, and then, but also has seen the, tough day that WestCon has had, and hasn't really been able to do much about it. As the 1-2 comes in here, high for ball 2. Pirog's had a really good outing so far today. I mean, he's had multiple strikeouts and just only allowed a couple hits and only 1 walk to start last inning. Got himself out of that with help from Evan Calley behind the dish, throwing him out at second for a steal and then making a play for himself. And he leadoff walk back-to-back innings here for Pirog. Didn't hurt him last time, but might hurt him again this time. Thankfully, his pitch count's rather low, 40 pitches through 3 innings so far. Now we've got Brian Burkle up to bat. The shortstop has had a busy day as well. Turned 2 earlier today, but hasn't had too much to do, as most of these hits from the Owls have gone to the outfield or that big play over there at third base on that sacrifice bunt. Time called here as pitching coach comes out to have a little chat with Pirog. Pitching's been pretty good for the Owls so far. They haven't allowed a lot of runners on base, but after back-to-back leadoff walks, I mean, it's a big deal here for the Owls to stay focused and not let WestConn get back into this game, especially after having that massive inning on the top half. As Callie walks back, we're about to get ready back to action here on this beautiful day here in Keene, New Hampshire. There's a strike there in for Pirog. I mean, he's thrown a few strikes today, but down in the count early in this second at bat of the inning. Does a rather fast pitch there to get that second strike. He's getting after it now. He's not wasting any time. Fouls it towards the softball field and towards the second baseman on the softball field. She grounds it up, throws it, throws it back to the baseball field. And strike 3 there for Pirog. Down early in the count, gets him swinging to put 1 out on the board for the Owls early in this inning. That's a massive pitch to get, especially after, you know, the leadoff walk and the conference with the coach. You'd have to say the coach just probably put a little bit of confidence in him there and worked back from a 2-0 into a strikeout. Pitch is low. 1-1 count now. We've got the top of the order here for Jason Hanna. Jason Hanna has had a real busy day, made 2 big plays out there in center field in the last inning. But as that ball goes foul into the WestConn bullpen, we were talking about the sun out there in center and right field has been real tough. But Hanna has done his job at least. He had that little weird blooper that he tripped over, which actually really started off all the runs for the Owls. But outside of that, he's made good plays there in center field and hopes to continue to do that, I guess, on this side of things. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Fouls it back into the backstop. It's a 1-2. And strike 3. That's the second time in a row. Pirog gets the batter swinging and sends Hanna back to the bench. Pirog, after having a leadoff walk, gets back-to-back strikeouts to start this inning off and keep the momentum going for the Owls. Here's a pitch. Swinging again is Valley. He's 1 for 1 on the day. 1-1, sorry. He is the only hit so far for WestConn. All the other runners have been walks by Pirog. Fouls that one back. Into the softball field again, hits first base. hope they're staying, you know, alert to the skies over there, as most of the players are on the infield now doing some throwing and catching. Fouled off again into the softball field again. That's the third time this inning. Pirog pitch count getting up a little bit higher, as that looks like it's going to be a ball. Doesn't look like there's anyone in the bullpen warming up currently for the Owls, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get Pirog out here rather soon, as his pitch count's getting rather high for just the third inning. However, he's pitched a good day. He's had a real good outing. As that pitch goes, now it's a 3-2 count. 2 outs, runner will go. And ball 4. So Anthony Marcella moves up to second base as Valley moves into first base. 2 runners on now. We've got Nick Moeller up to bat, the first baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout earlier today. Now with runners in scoring position, maybe a good chance for Westcon, the Wolves, to, you know, make their voice heard here in this game, as they're down 8-0. But with just 2 outs, the Owls have a chance to make at least a little play at third, second, or first base. Although Pirog, I'm sure, would love to have 3 strikeouts this inning, as that one's fouled. The 0-2. Ball looks like it was outside there. It's a 1-2 count. Big chance here for Pirog. Maybe get him swinging ahead in the count here early. 1-2. Might as well just throw a nice breaking ball, see if he'll go. Moeller already with that strikeout. Fouls it back. The 1-2. Grounded. Pops off of the shortstop. Foley couldn't make the play. Goes down as an error. Now the bases are loaded here for the Wolves with just 2 outs. That's an unfortunate play. We've seen a couple just errors and mistakes over there in the infield by shortstop and third base, and that happens again. Unfortunate there, because that could have been an easy play at any of the bases for a nice little fielder's choice, but that couldn't happen there with that error. As Pirog responds with a strike to try to keep his team alive here and keep Westcon with the goose egg. Looks like that ball's low for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Like I mentioned earlier, I mean, it hasn't really been a matter of hits here for the Wolves. It's been a couple errors and just a lot of walks. 2 of the 3 runners on were walked there, and then that error moved them up. Low for ball 2, or ball 3, that is, sorry. It's a 3-1. Big chance here for Nick Labugno to get at least a nice little base hit. Does exactly that down the first base line into right field. Runners will score 2. The Wolves get 2 back on a 2-out rally following that leadoff walk. Big chance here for the Wolves to keep their momentum going. Runners on first and third now. As Pirog's pitch count reaching 70. Right down the middle for strike one. We've got Thomas Coe up, the designated hitter. Walked earlier in the game for his first at-bat. Now up, trying to do something better, more productive for the Wolves, as they've really kind of salvaged a few runs off of only one base hit this inning. Second hit that Pirog has allowed. That ball's called for a strike. 1-2 count now. Big pitch for Pirog to get out of this inning. Outside for ball two. Seems like the Wolves have really tamed their bats down. They haven't been swinging for stuff in the dirt or outside as much as they were early on. As that ball is chopped over to the second baseman, throws it to second base and ends the inning. 2 runs for West Con. Keene State leads 8-2 here on the Owls Media Network.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
Welcome to Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt. Our first contestant is suffering from knee pain from a recent running incident. What do we think, audience? Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt? Why not try Hurt Skirt? Make your recovery hassle-free with Hurt Skirt, a patent-pending, stretch-to-fit, hot-cold therapeutic sleeve, proven to stay cold longer and still remain completely mobile. Drop the ice, skirt the hurt.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network as we take a look at some of the other athletic staff here watching Keene baseball. Got to look at some of the basketball staff. Looks like Abe over there. Love seeing, other sports out here supporting baseball. That's just really what it's all about. I mean, there was quite a few fans at the other games, and it's a perfect day to watch some baseball. You can't ask for much better. Basketball had a fantastic season this year, winning the LEC, losing in the second round of the national tournament to the soon-to-be, when they lost, national champs, as that ball goes into right field for a base hit for Evan Calley. Now we've got McHugh. Evan McHugh 0 for 1 on the day so far. Has had a good day. I mean, he's been a part of that 8-run inning like I mentioned earlier. Part of that sacrifice fly out to center field that sent in some more runners. Here's the 1-0. Grounded into shortstop, makes the play to second base, and doesn't get the grab at first. It's just going to be the lead runner there for WestCon as McHugh gets onto first base. Luckily, with that missed play by first baseman Nick Moeller, couldn't make the grab over there on first base at turn 2. Just gets one in the lead runner, so could have been worse, but could have been better for each team there. Pitch in the dirt. McHugh will go. Gets down there to second base as the ball goes over the glove of Ryan Valley. Doesn't hurt anymore as McHugh stays there on second base. Lots of balls in the dirt here so far for Mansfield. Mansfield really struggled today. However, the pitch count rather low, only at 61. As that ball's low again. McHugh making his way around slowly but surely. And here he goes again with the ball in the dirt. He's going to come. Nope. He's going to stay at third. McHugh gets another base off of a missed throw. Wild pitch there from Mansfield. Back-to-back bases from Mansfield, giving McHugh from first to third, sorry. We'll have to see if this continues here. As that goes in for a strike. 3-1. Tommy Ehlers has a good chance here to get something going. With only one out, a sacrifice would score. Foul tip. Stung up the catcher, Anthony Marsala. Looks like he'll be all right, but that's a tough play there. Missed him just inside the leg, just off the padding. This gives Mansfield a chance to gather his thoughts here on a 3-2 count. Big pitch for him. Keep the runner at third. Looks like we're ready to go back into action here. Ehlers steps up, 1-2 on the day so far. Grounded into the middle, through the gap. He'll get one, scores the runner. McHugh to put that 9th run on the board for Keene State. Ehlers gets that base hit down the middle. Now batting Chatfield, home run, his last at bat, 6 home runs on the season so far. He's had a great day and continues to try to do that exact same thing. We called the home run earlier. It was an interesting play deep into right field, and the right fielder, we've talked about it a few times, couldn't make the play because the sun was in his eyes. Didn't matter, went over the wall. As Chatfield takes a second to himself, not sure what might have happened. Maybe got some dirt in his eye or something. Looks like he's ready to go here. And here's the offering. Looks down low there. Makes the count 2-0. Checks back. They've been worried about Ehlers all day. If my count is right, that is the 5th time they have thrown back to check on him. However, he hasn't stolen yet. And here he goes. And has a perfect jump, beats the throw off the mark just a little bit. Ehlers gets to second. I mean, that's why they were checking on him. But he had a fantastic jump on that. He got going well before that pitch was thrown. No one holding Ehlers on second now. Chatfield fouls that ball back. It's 2-2. 1 out still here for Westcon. 6 hits so far for the Owls, 2 for Westcon. But 9 runs through 4 innings, 4 1/3 that is. Here's the pitch. Popped into foul territory, and Ehlers is going to try for third. He gets there, throw off the mark. Ehlers gets another base. He moves to third, as that will go down as a little sacrifice fly out into, shallow left field in foul territory. The shortstop, Brian Burkle, makes the play. Second time that's kind of happened where he called off the third baseman and made the play himself. He must have had a good read on that one. Makes a nice play, but then problem is that both the shortstop and the third baseman were out of position, and no one was covering third base. So when they threw it, it really wasn't able to make much happen, and the throw was off the mark anyways. Here's a high fly ball into left center field, and it is caught by Hanna for the 3rd out of the inning. Owls get 1 on the board. 1 runner left on base here on the Owls Media Network, leading 9-2.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience, and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Welcome back here to the Owls Media Network here in Keene, New Hampshire. We got a pitching change for the Owls. It's Jack Lang, the senior out of Malvern, New York. Lang has 1.5 ERA on the season so far. Only 3 games pitched. He pitched against Colby Sawyer early in the season, against Coast Guard, and then Westfield State. He's 1-2 so far on the year as he tries to continue to keep this lead for the Owls, as the Owls got 1 back last inning. 9-2 they lead. As it's a 1-1 count to start him off. Gets him swinging. Mulhall has had an interesting day so far, especially fielding-wise, but he's 0-1 so far with the bat in his hand. As that goes for a second ball, it's 2-2. Breaking ball, Mulhall gets a piece of it, sends it into center field, and Tommy Ehlers is able to make that play after a busy movement around the bases off of stealing and pass balls. Makes the play over there in center field to get the first out of the inning for the Owls. Here's the pitch, another breaking ball. Called strike. That pitch is high, it's 1-1. That breaking ball seems to really get moving, especially you can tell when you're on the side of it, and I'm able to see how much that thing goes down. It comes in real slow, but gets that nice drop as that's a fastball down the middle. Picked up there on the shortstop to make that second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down to start. Fillet makes a great play over there at shortstop. Here's Marcela again. He walked earlier in the game. Part of Pirog's couple of walks earlier. Like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it hasn't really been a matter of hits to get those 2 runs. It's been a matter of walks and errors. On the other side of things, it has been the bats for the Owls. It hasn't been errors like we saw in the first game. A lot of errors for WestCon, but this game, just the bats are moving. That ball's down in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-2. That'll go down as a ball as well. Close, but no cigar. Gets him swinging for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Owls. A fantastic start for Lang as we go into the bottom of the top of the 5th inning.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
Welcome back here to Keene, New Hampshire, top of the 5th inning. We've got a pitching change here for WestCon following suit. We've got Luke Pliego, hometown of New Milford, Connecticut. He's a senior. He's pitched in a couple games this year, 2.45 ERA. pitched 2 games early in the season against Mount St. Vincent, pitched against St. Joseph's, Mass Dartmouth, and St. Joseph's again, Connecticut that is. 5 losses on the season, 3.2 innings pitched. So we probably won't see him in for very long here today as that ball goes into foul territory. Play made there by Joseph Rosa. 1 pitch, 1 out to start it off for Pliego. Now we've got Otis Fillet coming up to bat. Ball will go down low for a ball to start it off here. Another almost identical pitch there down low for ball 2. Oh my goodness. That ball hits Fillet in the head. Coach and trainer come out to check on him. We gotta hope he's okay. Pliego feels awful about this, as that's not a great sight to see, but Fillet standing up, moving his head. A wild pitch there caught Fillet in the head. Trainer heading out over there to her cart. Fillet appears to be okay, for the most part at least. Standing up. Good sportsmanship here by both teams, you know, showing their respect. WestCon coaching staff out there as well. Looks like Fillet will be okay. Trainer's attending, looks like to his ear. I wonder if there's a cut or something up there. You never know when that plastic and baseball come in contact. It could also come in contact with his skin. Fillet a little bit too tall there for the trainer. Has to hunch down. Pliego had pitched pretty well up until this moment, but that's got to be a change. Fillet down back on his knee as the trainer puts a little bit of Vaseline up on his ear, treating him like UFC. As we take a look again over at basketball coaching staff, head coach Stephen Enright over there. Enright, fairly new coach here at Keene State. It's his first year, but a dream start for Enright, getting that LEC championship, as I mentioned earlier. I mean, he got to coach some fantastic players. We had Octavio Brito D3 Player of the Year. For Enright, that's a wonderful guy to start coaching, but also other guys like Wesley Odiase and other guys like that have been making their big impacts. Odiase, only a sophomore, going to be a very big weapon as Filet takes first base. Little damage up on the ear, but he appears to be okay. Diego getting a couple reps in here before we get back going after standing still for probably about 5 minutes there. Diego's good to go. Derek Finley up here. He walked earlier, then had an RBI. Getting here towards the bottom of the order, the DH. Swings at a ball in the dirt. So one out. Pliego probably won't stay in the game much longer. He hasn't historically pitched more than an inning. Gets Finley swinging again at the ball in the dirt. Ahead in the count is Pliego after that leadoff ground out to first. Another ball in the dirt. Filet gets the base. Pretty great to see that. He's able to run over there and get himself a base after getting hit in the head. It's great that he's okay. It's 1-2. That ball more in the dirt than the other two. Filet dancing on second. That ball hits him again. Back-to-back hits, this time into the back of Finley. Finley walks a second time now. Dreadful start here for Pliego. Hitting back-to-back batters. Thankfully, that one didn't cause as much damage as the first one. Here's Luke Anderson up again. Anderson 0 for 2 on the day. Pliego deals. It's going to be a ball high. Still one out so far. Good chance for Anderson. Get his first hit of the day and maybe knock in a run to extend that lead. Pitch is high again for ball 2. Pliego deals again. That one will be a strike down the middle there for strike 1. It's a 2-1 count. Pliego hasn't really thrown a lot of real strikes. Most of his strikes today have been getting the batters swinging. We do have movement in the bullpen for Westcon as timeout's called by the umpire. That ball's outside. It's a 3-1 count. Big chance here for Luke Anderson. Wouldn't it be great if Pliego walked a third batter in a row, but probably better to walk him by balls and not by hitting him. And that's ball 4. 3 walks in a row for Pliego. Bases are now loaded for Keene State. Perfect time to have bases loaded. You get back to the top of the order for Evan Cali. Cali's had a good day so far. 2 hits, 3 hits, 3 for 3 on the day. Kelly looks to keep that little streak he's got going. Check swings, doesn't go. It's going to be a ball down low. Evan Kelly, catcher, has had a great day so far, like I mentioned. But on the defensive side, I mean, he's made big plays. Got a runner out stealing earlier. Good blocks. Hasn't really made any mistakes that have hurt Keene State, which is really vital, especially as a catcher. Don't want to be that guy making those mistakes. As Kelly digs back in here for the 2-0 pitch. Kelly lets that go for 3-0. Looking like to be 4 walks in a row by chance, I guess. Would hate to see a walked-in runner for Pliego, but would be cool to see Fillet get all the way in here after getting hit like that. And it is down low for ball 4. That'll score a run. It's Fillet coming in to touch home plate after getting nailed in the head, getting some treatment from the trainers. He gets himself on the board as Pliego walks 4 batters in a row, extending the lead for Keene State to 10-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Now we've got Evan McHugh up, takes a hack at it. It's into right field, and it drops. Just absolutely dies when it hit the ground. Second baseman Ryan Valley and right fielder Charles Mohall couldn't really figure it out as that gets another run on the board for Keene State. I mean, that's a real weird spot. As you can see, the ball kind of just stuck in the dirt. I mean, it went like a javelin throw into the dirt there. That was a strange thing. Now we've got Tommy Ehlers up again. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Bases loaded. Only 1 out so far. That out coming off the leadoff batter. Ball's outside. We're getting close to batting around again here. Started off with Reyna. Reyna was the ground out to start the inning. As Ehlers, it drops again. It'll score 1. And it'll score 2. As McHugh moves over to third base, Tommy Ehlers gets himself a single and a 2-run RBI for his 3rd hit of the game. Extends the lead 13-2 here for Keene State. Now we've got Jonathan Chatfield up again. He's had a great day so far, batting .315. He's got, it says 5 home runs. That's actually 6. He hit a home run today. 1 for 3. As he hits a line drive out into right field, scores another run. As Ehlers moves over to third, Chatfield gets himself an RBI to send the Owls to their 14th run of the game, just through 5 innings. And this could be the end of the day here for Pliego. We'll see. A real tough inning after what seemed to be a fast inning of a 1 pitch, 1 out. That has not changed following that. It's been 5 runs after 4 walks in a row. Then the Owls got the bats moving as Pliego heads to the dugout. We'll take a break. See you right back here on the Owls Media Network.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is going to fall. There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport!
Welcome back here to the Owls Media Network. We got another pitching change, second pitching change of the inning for the Wolves. As we take a look over at Chatfield. Chatfield, with that last hit, has gotten 99 hits so far on the season, still with a couple innings played on his career. Sorry, that is. Crazy would be 99 hits in a season. But we're on a little watch here for Chatfield. But we won't see that happen anytime soon. Maybe here in a little bit. Like I mentioned, pitching change here for Westcon. It's going to be John Andrews coming back in. He pitched in relief earlier today in the first game. Comes back in today. Now in the second game, he's a senior out of Trumbull, Connecticut, as he continues to get warm. Shea Zena up to bat again here for the Owls. Had a big day, big last at bat, stole a base, then went from second to third, absolutely moving. No one thought he was going to keep going from third to home, and he did. Scored a run. Came in sliding. Zena getting there off that walk earlier today. He's 0 for 2 though. Zena gets a little blooper into the shortstop. They make the play to turn to and get out of the inning. Keene State scores 5 runs here in the 5th inning, leading the game 14-2 as we head into the bottom of the 5th on the Owls Media Network.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at FentonDealerships.com.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network. Taking a look at some fans. Pretty cool ride there. Can't ask. And then a little dogs. We got the dogs at the ballpark. Cool rides. I mean, it's a great day to ride around. Brian Burkle up to bat. He fouls that back. Burkle batting .217 on the season so far. High pitch there from Lang. Lang, as I mentioned, came in last inning. Didn't allow a run. A great inning. Breaking ball. We talked about Lang's breaking ball earlier. That thing is slow and it moves. Tough for WestConn batters to read it so far. As that ball goes into and makes the play at first base is Chatfield, the man with 99 hits on his career. We do have a new right fielder, by the way. That's Hamilton Barnes. Making the change out there in right field for Keene State, that is. 1 up, 1 down so far for Lang. We've got Hannah up here again. Hannah 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hannah, the center fielder. As these bats have been moving for the Owls, Hannah's had a real busy day out there in center field, making some catches, but also having to just, it's really been line drives out into center field and right field for the Owls. As that fastball goes outside for ball 1. It's a 1-2 count. 20 pitches so far for Lang. Lang deals. It's a ball. Kelly doesn't hang on to that one. New ball. Hannah checks. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Lang. Second strikeout as well for Hannah. Couldn't tell if that was a called strike 3 or if he went. Might have been both. Called. Ball's hit into the shortstop, makes the play, throws it over to first, and got him. As we end the inning, 3 up, 3 down for Keene State. As we head into the top of the 6th, it's 14-2 here on the Owls Media Network.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Welcome back here on the Owls Media Network. Taking a look there at Chatfield. Oh, at Jack Lang. My apologies on that. Jack Lang had a good day so far. He's just over there chilling with his other buddies. Looks like his day might be over as people are just giving him high fives, but maybe he's going to continue. We do have a shortstop change for WestCon. Anthony Piazza coming in. As you can see him there on the screen. Hamilton Barnes coming in. He came in into right field earlier in the game to replace Reyna. Barnes 5 for 18 so far on the season as he hits that to the third baseman. Third baseman makes the play over to first base. Joseph Rosa with a great little field and play right there. Throws it over to first to get the leadoff out there for WestCon. Is DiGiacomo up now, replacing Fillet as a pinch hitter. Fillet had a rough moment last time, got hit in the head. So DiGiacomo coming up, batting .274 on the season as that pitch goes high to start it off. DiGiacomo comes in quite a bit, didn't get the start today. Undeclared from Massachusetts. 6-1. As that ball goes down low for strike two, geez, ball two. It's been a long day. Beautiful day though, you can't want to get out of this weather. We've got lacrosse out here practicing behind us, softball as well. That ball's hit up in the air into shallow center field, and it is caught by the left fielder, Nick Labuno. For the second out of the inning, a very quick top half of the inning so far. Now we've got number 33, Mitchell Coppy, coming up to bat. 1 for 5 on the season. First strike there. One now for Keene State. Coffey looking to get the bats rolling again here. Hoping to get Chatfield up sometime here in this game. It's a 2-1 count. As Andrews readjusts his cap. Looks like he's got it how he wants it. Got that flow coming out the back. Ready to deal again to Coffey. The 2-1 pitch. Down low for ball 3. Ball 4. Gets Coffey onto first base. Here with 2 outs. Now we've got
number 20, Joe Lucas.
Joe Lucas coming up to bat here. Another pinch hitter, or maybe just replacement, that is. Lucas, 1 for 11 this season. Fouls that out. to the third base coach. Interesting spot as we get to the bottom of the order. Should be able to see Chatfield come up again, at least in the next inning. Pitches, wild pitch, outside as Coffey takes second base. As you can see, Andrews walking back. Just made that third change here pitching-wise for the WestCon. 14 pitches in, 2 outs. Then he walks Coffey, changes the game a little bit. Now Coffey's into scoring position as Lucas will try to get him home. Another outside pitch. That one this time kept home by Anthony Marcella. Andrews ready to deal the 2-1 pitch. High. And Coffey will take third, rounding third. Going to stay there at third. 2 wild pitches, 2 advances from Coffey. Not a great pitch at all. It must have just slipped away as Andrews requests a ball change here from the umpire. You never know. Maybe that was just a thing to make him look good. Maybe also a thing, actually, problem with the ball. You always blame it on the ball. The 3-1 pitch now, a different situation as he could get the second walk in a row here if he doesn't get a strike on this. Lucas swings, high ball into shallow right field, and it is caught to end the inning. 1 runner left on base for Keene State. It's 14-2 as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Welcome back here to the Owls Media Network. We got a couple changes going on. Cam Baker behind the dish now at catcher, and then also Phil Nichols coming in to close this game out. He's a senior out of Sanbornton, New Hampshire. Appeared in 7 games last year, made 5 starts for the Owls, 10 strikeouts over 17.1 innings. Academic on a roll. Big guy here this season. He's only pitched in 3 games at Stockton versus Colby Sawyer and at RPI. He's 1-2 with a 9 ERA. No walks, though. Lots of changes here for the Owls. Getting in the other guys that don't always get in. As that ball goes to third base over for the first out of the inning. should be worth noting the run rule here in the NCAA Division III, 10 runs after 7 innings. So the Owls need 5 more outs and no more runs allowed, at least a minimum of 2, maximum of 2, that is. And this game will be over as that ball is outside for ball 1. Base hit here for Labuno. He's now 2 for 3 on his day. Nichols had an interesting career. His freshman year, he appeared in 14 games for the Owls, tied for the team in innings pitched with 46 and 1/3. Finished second on the team with strikeouts. Since then, he's kind of gone down in games pitched. 3-1 record as a sophomore. Like I mentioned, appeared in 7 games last year. He had Tommy John surgery. That's what put a little bit of a damper on his career. Now he's working his way back. As he pitches a nice strike there. It's a shame. Sometimes those surgeries, it's a very common, obviously, Tommy John, the name of the surgery being after a baseball player himself. Very unique surgery. They actually, if you're not familiar with the Tommy John surgery, they use a different tendon in your body and move it actually to your elbow to make it better for you. That ball's outside. It's a 3-2 count here with a runner on base. Big moment here for Nichols. Nichols deals, and it's hit into center field. Kleinman gets another base hit, moves the runner from first to second base. With only 1 out, it's a nice hit, not much Owls can do. Kleinman with the base hit. That's the Wolves' only 3rd hit of the game. Got more hits than runs, 3-2. Owls got 9 hits. That's fouled over towards the Keene State dugout. Nichols deals the 0-1. Down low for ball 1. Mulhall 0 for 2 on the day. The right fielder dealing with that bright sun directly at him out in right field. Now the sun's behind him in the batter's box today. Swung on and foul towards the softball field. Everyone's okay. Softball field. Softball player grabs it, throws it back over here to the Westcon dugout just below the bullpen here at the Owls Athletic Complex. That ball is high, popped up. Batter's out. Third baseman makes a play. That's Snow. Something going on here with the first base coach. Not sure what people are not happy about. but he's been the talk. We've got Rosa up again. He's 0 for 2. He's struck out today. As that pitch is high and inside for a ball, it's 3-0. Not a good opportunity for the Owls. Don't want to do what they did last game. You know, last game they dominated and then let in a bunch of runs in the 9th inning. That's a strike. 3-1 here. 2 outs. Big chance here to move into the 7th and then hopefully finish this thing out in the 7th. Don't want to let up any runs here to get out of here and go home early, as that is hit into left field and can't make the play. Runners are going to go. Rosa gets a double and 2-runner RBI. As now it's 14-4 in this game. Changes a little bit. We were talking about the mercy rule earlier, and now it's still in effect, but with 2 outs and a runner on scoring position, that could change. Big moment for Nichols to just at least keep the score stale here. Breaking ball outside there for ball 1. Deals. Foul ball hits him. It's Marcelo, that is. He's walked, he's struck out, he's 0 for 1. Marcelo, the catcher, had a rough day behind the dish, to be honest. Lots of balls in the dirt, lots of wild pitches. He's been running all over the place. Hits that over to the shortstop. Shortstop makes the play, throws to first, and out to end the inning. Westcon gets 2 runs here in the 6th inning. It's 14-4 as we head into the 7th on the Owls Media Network.
At Keene State College, life is an adventure. You'll forge your path forward. As an Owl, you'll take on challenges in the classroom, field, court, or track. Every worthwhile adventure has its share of blood, sweat, and tears. It takes hard work and dedication. No Owl flies alone on their journey at Keene State. Teammates, coaches, professors, alumni, and fellow Owls are with you along the way. They lift you up as you continue forward. When you're part of Owl Nation, you become the person you truly want to be.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network. As you can see, some youth players out on the soccer practice field. Keene State men's soccer yesterday had their spring play day. They played NEC, tied them 1-1, played semi-pro team out of New Hampshire, Manchester, Beach Street. They lost 3-0 through 3 periods, that is. Soccer's been a growing sport here in the United States, as you see the MLS, you know, with massive players like Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, all there on Inter Miami. Revolution haven't done much in recent years. The talk has been LAFC and Inter Miami, that is. Atlanta United knocked them out in the playoffs, though. But let's get back to baseball. Enough talk about soccer. You could get me talking about soccer for too long, so let's get back to baseball. We've got Baker up to bat here. He's 0 for 8 on the season. that breaking ball out into the zone for the first strike. Cam Baker out of Portland, Connecticut. Cam Baker pops it up towards the first base dugout. It will drop. Nick Moeller tried to make the play, lost it in the sun near the warning track, and then it ended up dropping just a couple feet away from him. As now it's an 0-2 count early on. Cam Baker looking ready to make his presence known here on this day. Another breaking ball, gonna go low there for ball one. It's a 1-2 count. Baker takes a hack at it into shallow right center field. Second baseman there, able to make the play. He was positioned pretty far back there. Didn't have to make a lot of steps to get there. Now it's Snow up to bat. Trevor Snow came into the game in the last inning to play defense. Now he's going to be up to bat here. As Andrews deals again. First pitch, first strike of the at-bat. That ball real in the dirt, bounced in front of home plate. It's 1-1. 23 pitches so far for Andrews. He came in last inning. Westcon trying to stay alive, at least extend this thing to 9 innings, but Keene State, of course, has other ideas. It's a matter of if they'll act on those. Just a quick game recap. In the third inning, if you missed it, there's an 8-run inning off of home runs. We had home runs, we had errors, we had base hits, stolen bases, pretty much everything there in the third inning. They followed that up, Westcon did, with 2 runs themselves, making it 8-2 after 3. Keene State got 1 back there in the 4th. And then another big inning in the 5th inning with 5 runs. Goose eggs off that for Westcon into the 6th. No runs last inning. And then here in the bottom of the 6th, Westcon actually got themselves 2 back to make it 14-4. Still a 10-run lead for Keene State. They're 3 outs away. No runs allowed, that is, for ending this game early. Snow tries to get that, strikes out, swinging. He wanted a piece of that, and he didn't get any of it. Now batting, center fielder number 28, Wyatt Daft. 2 for 3 on the season. Daft getting some valuable minutes and at-bats here as this game winds to an end. Head coach Justin Blood has practically rotated out his whole starting lineup. Daft from Jamestown, Rhode Island High School, North Kingston, major in exercise science. Stands at 5'11", not the tallest guy, but definitely not the shortest guy here for Keene State. That ball's outside and in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-1. There's the coaching staff. Head coach Justin Blood out there, just outside the dugout. That ball is in the dirt and over the catcher. It's a 2-1 count. Pitch in the dirt again. 3 pitches in a row, deep in the dirt. And it's a 3-1 count. Hitters count here for Daft, trying to get on base with 2 outs. Could be a good chance for maybe the Owls to get at least 1 run here. That ball is called for a strike down the middle. Caught Daft kind of scared of it, it almost seemed. 3-2 count, 2 outs. And it is hit into foul territory. He got a piece of that thing, but it was hit into the dugout of WestCon. Or not the dugout, the bullpen, rather. Here's Andrews, going to deal again to Daft here on that 3-2, 2 outs, 33 pitches. Daft swings at the ball in the dirt. That'll end the inning. Keene State leads 14-4. As we head into the bottom of the 7th, this could be the last one. We'll see. Right after this.
New Car has over 1,700 pre-owned vehicles, the largest selection of inventory in New Hampshire. New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. With a selection of over 30 brands, New Car has exactly what you need across the Granite State. Find your new car from any of New Car's family of dealerships throughout the Northeast and get it shipped to New Car Nissan of Keene for free. Plus, we'll deliver your new car right to your door. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
Ignite your athletes. Empower your coaches. Rally your community. Support every team with one solution with the Huddle Athletic Department Package. You put all your school's coaching tools under one roof. From recording to analyzing to sharing, with your Huddle AD package, you cover every angle. Equal access means equal opportunity, and equal opportunity means full potential. Let's take your department to the next level.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network. I recapped it last inning. I'll recap it again for you. It's 14-4, 9 hits for the Owls, 1 error. 5 hits for WestCon, 3 errors for themselves. Been a busy day with the bats for the Owls early on. 8 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th. WestCon, we thought they'd stay around here in the 3rd, but then went quiet with 2 runs in the 3rd and then followed that up 2 more runs in the 6th inning. 3 outs away, no runs allowed from ending this game right here in the 7th with that mercy rule. Perfect day out here in Keene, New Hampshire. Temperature starting to come down. We've got Nichols back on the mound. Piazza came in to replace at shortstop last inning. Nichols deals the second pitch. That's inside. It's 2-0. Piazza with quite a bit of bling there. That one down the middle for strike 1. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch. Looks like it's low and outside there. It's a 3-1 count. Not a good time to walk for Nichols. That one gets Piazza swinging. Piazza gave it everything he had, just missed the ball. Wanted to go yard on that, but didn't even make contact. And that ball's low for a leadoff walk to start the 7th inning as Piazza takes first base. Not the ideal start. We always talk about leadoff walks, but that hasn't really been a problem here for Keene State. We've had 2 or 3 innings with leadoff walks. Some of those have turned into double plays. Other of those have just turned into nothing. Nichols deals. That ball called for a ball. It's 1-0. Swung on into center field. And the catch is made. And he'll throw it over to first. And they get him at first. Wow, a great play there. A very impressive play to even make the catch, then to throw it over to first. Caught Piazza. He thought it was going to get down. He was sending it all the way to second base. Then on his run back, he slips. Throws a little bit off the mark. But the Keene State Owls were able to make the play and get 2 outs after that leadoff walk. Like I mentioned, hasn't really been a problem for the Owls yet today. They're 1 out away from ending this game. Nichols deals. Fly ball into right field. And that's going to do it here at the Owls Athletic Complex. Keene State 14, WestCon 4. Keene State gets the sweep today in this doubleheader matchup, rescheduled against WestCon. They improved to 7-2 in the LEC. 5-2, that is. WestCon moves to 0-6. The Owls get a win, especially after putting in all their bench guys. They were able to come together and make this happen. Absolute beautiful day. Mid-60s all game, no wind, and an even more beautiful win for Keene State. We'll be back right after this for some interviews. Stay with us.
We are in a brand new state-of-the-art esports facility at Keene State College. 16 brand new PCs, broadcasting PC, coach PC, brand new equipment, headsets, mice, keyboards, custom desk pads. So it is a gamer's dream in here.
This space, I love what they've done to it. I got to see it before it got renovated into what it is now. And it looks amazing. I look forward to coming here every day just to see the space and just play in this cool environment.
It was a real upgrade for me, and I think that's part of the reason I play a lot better now. Top of the line, everything, computers, chairs, monitors, headsets, everything.
We are recognized as a varsity athletic program at Keene State College, much like basketball, volleyball, baseball, what have you. We have 3 titles, 19 student athletes, 5 total coaches. We are working very hard every single day to put our program on the map.
Like I said, I do track and field also. It's, still the same level of dedication, still the same level of practice.
But it's not as active. However, it still requires a high level of skill and a high level of dedication, and giving it your all every night still applies regardless of both.
The goal for the future of this program is onward and upward every single year. Esports, being the industry that it is, continues to grow itself, and so we have the opportunity to continue pushing Keene State esports onto the forefront.
They're going to underestimate us. We've been working on this. We've got our game now. We're going to play our game, right?
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kim Laufer, and I teach in social media. We find that there are so many jobs available in social media management, in social media analytics, in public relations. Everybody is looking for someone who can do social media, who can help them create a strategy and measure whether that strategy is working. In the social media major, you'll learn how to create effective content. You'll learn how to analyze content and make sure that the goals that you're trying to reach are being met. So the new social media major is going to help students learn how to build content that's appropriate for all different types of social media, whether it's TikTok or LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. You're going to learn how to create videos, create photos, and create post content. The social media major is designed to give you a well-rounded experience that pulls from a lot of different disciplines, including business and art, computer science, and journalism. So the goal of our social media major is to give you the experience that you're going to need to go out and do social media for yourself, for small businesses, for nonprofit organizations, healthcare, journalism, whatever you're interested in.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Welcome back here on the Alice Media Network. Fresh off a 14-4 win for Keene State. We've got Tommy Ehlers and Jonathan Chatfield. Big day for you, Tommy. 6 hits, 6 RBIs, and another home run. I mean, how do you feel after, such an awesome day?
I mean, it feels good. It feels even better to win. It doesn't matter if I do all that stuff. We don't get a W, and not everybody else is partaking in the action as well. So, I mean, John had a good day as well. A bunch of other guys did too. So it feels good that as a team we're able to get things done and get a win out of it.
For sure. And, John, so you're at 99 hits. Do you know that or no? Am I just breaking that news? I assume you know.
I was told in between games I was a few hits away. So I know that I'm at it, but, I keep going out there and looking to win over.
So what's kind of the thought process now heading into you guys got a game now tomorrow, so what's the thought process?
Continue to keep playing hard. We got a good stretch of games coming up, and to be able to get Castleton tomorrow and then have a few days off before Southern Maine, it's gonna be good.
So both of you guys, kind of, what's kind of been like, the idea? You guys go up real early with that 8-run inning. What's kind of the mindset, continuing the game for you, either of you guys have something good?
Really, it's like playing to our level, not playing to the level of the other team, whether it's better or worse, and knowing what we can do for ourselves and not letting the other pitcher dictate it or the other umpires dictate it, and knowing that each and every at-bat is important no matter what the score is. And I think when you look at it that way, even if we're up 4-0, 8-0, it doesn't matter to us, and we can continue to tack runs on without thinking about the score.
So how do you guys think, like, big plays like Shea Zena, we saw him, get that stolen base, and then he was huffing and puffing around third to get into home plate. What do those big plays mean to you guys? I
mean, it's good to just see, he's a big dog, so seeing someone like that do things like that, it just fires everybody up and gets us going. Even with guys that aren't like Shea, like seeing Derek Finley, today's his first day back, and he hasn't played in a year. He tore his ACL. Like that, even just that, seeing him walk up to the plate fires us up without him even doing anything.
For sure.
So it's like just little stuff like that will just get the team going.
So, Jonathan, I mean, what were you kind of seeing at the plate today, able to get, a lot of hits in that home run?
So before the games today, Coach joked that I was missing Coach Lupa, one of our coaches that got here in between the games, and I was leaning a little bit in my at-bats, and I was flaring a few things off, and he made a comment to me and a quick adjustment, and I was able to build on that into game 2 and got some good barrels and got the ball to be flying out of here today.
Yeah, your 6th home run of the year. I mean, I take a little credit because I literally called it out right before you hit it, I swear. The pitch before I said, he's got 5 home runs. Will we see another here? And you were like, I guess so, I will.
Yeah.
So,
no, I got a good pitch to hit, kept my hands through it, and put a barrel on it.
So now you guys, in a good spot here with LEC. You've got some room to work with. What's kind of the mindset with the rest of the season?
I wouldn't say there's room to work with. I think we have to take every LEC game like it's important because it is. So it doesn't matter if we win these games now or not. We need to win the games coming up. So
right.
I think there's no room for any error. There's no room for losing. Like we need to play every game at our best.
And there's always room for improvement. We were up big in this game, but we didn't want to back down and start getting lazy and making errors on routine plays that we know we can make.
Right.
So we got to just keep going 100%, no matter the score, no matter you're winning or losing, and keep carrying that over day in and day out.
Sweet. Anything else for you guys? Thanks for your time, fellas.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with an interview with Coach Blood right after this.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Welcome back here on the Owls Media Network. We're joined by Coach Blood. Coach Blood, a great day, back-to-back wins, and nice little win streak for you guys as you head into the end of the season. What's your overall thoughts?
Yeah, it was good to continue to play well. Very nice to be out on the field, our field, be
Right.
at home again and have the sun be out and it actually be comfortable, enjoyable being out here. So, yeah, a great day overall. I thought Shea Zena gave us a good start in the first game. Liam Conley came in and did a good job in relief. They gave us a lot of stuff in the first game. I don't think that we had our best at-bats in that first game by any stretch. But Shea was good enough, and Liam did well, and we got a couple of hits and took advantage of some of the things they gave us. Game 2, obviously we had that one big inning to kind of separate us, and Nate Pirog, little in and out of the zone, and he's been very good at times, and then more of what we've seen here today. when he executes his pitches, he's a LEC pitcher. He's a conference guy. But when we went to Lang, I thought that was a big turning point. We obviously had put some runs on the board, but I thought Jack did a really good job just kind of settling us down on defense and on the mound.
Right. So the bullpen has been really good these last two games, especially. And at the start of the season, it seemed like sometimes you'd let the other teams get into games that they probably shouldn't be in. So kind of what's been the change with the bullpen?
I wouldn't say that we're exactly where we want to be just
Sure.
with the pen, but as the season goes on, the bullpen is a tough spot because we only play 35, 40 games, and when you get 8 or 9 or 10 appearances in that stretch, you have 1 or 2 bad outings, and your numbers, we just don't play enough games for those numbers to kind of
even out,
straighten out.
Yeah, makes sense.
So. I think some guys put a lot of pressure on themselves after they have one bad outing, and you just have to, be able to let go of those outings and hope and know that you're going to get the ball again. And when you get the ball again, do the best you can. But we have guys that are capable of doing a very good job in those roles. We just need to be more consistent. Even Dan, I thought Kentafi's stuff was good today. He looked sharp. But then when he missed in some bad spots, and they put some good swings on him. But yeah, there's enough there. We just need to be more consistent on the back end.
For sure. So on the other side of things, very productive with the bats in our hands. I mean, lots of hits today. What's kind of been the big change for you guys? I mean, lots of runs in the last 4 games, especially. So what's kind of been the mindset, the change? What have you been telling your team?
I think the more at bats, we're at the point of the season when most hitters that have, got 100 at bats or so closing in on that this time of the year, and the temperatures are starting to warm up a little bit. That's when your offensive guys start to feel more comfortable. And we've got some guys that are, this is their 3rd year being an everyday guy, 4th year being an everyday guy. And so they've been through this. They understand what an LEC game, what it entails, and the pressure and the situations and the stuff that the opposing arms have. So I think it's just a combination of, the point of the season we're at, the experience, and guys just, oftentimes it seems like offensively when you click, everybody starts to click. It can be infectious. So hopefully we can keep that rolling tomorrow in Castleton.
Yeah, so you stole it right out of my mouth. I was just about to ask you about Castleton. So what are the thoughts, coming off of 2 games today? You're going to have to rest some guys, I'm sure, a little bit, but what's kind of the mindset for tomorrow?
Well, it was one of the reasons why we got a few guys out of that second game there, just try to, make sure that they were healthy and ready for tomorrow. We haven't I said to the guys in the huddle, we haven't played well there. We have not played well in Castleton since I've been here. I don't know if we've won a game there since I've been here. So at some point we need to flip that script. And the one good thing, you had asked about the bullpen. Right now we've got 5 guys that I feel can start for us.
That's great.
Tomorrow, we're going to play. We've played 4 conference games in the last 3-4 days, and tomorrow we got David Floyd on the mound, who probably has the best stuff on our entire staff. So it's not a typical oh man, we've had a long stretch of games. Who are we going to start tomorrow? You got Dave Floyd going. So the guys should feel confident with him on the mound. We didn't have to use George or Troy or a couple of the other guys that we've used out of the pen consistently, so we got those guys ready to go tomorrow too. It starts pitching and defense. If Dave gives us a good start tomorrow, I think we'll have a very good chance to win.
For sure. Well, best of luck tomorrow. Thanks for your time, and congratulations on 2 big wins today.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/nh.
Thank you for joining us again here on the Sullivan Tire pregame and postgame show. Tonight's game on the Owls Media Network is brought to you by the New Hampshire Army National Guard. Visit nationalguard.com/nh or call 1-800-GO-GUARD. Also brought to you by New Car Nissan of Keene, your premier Nissan and used car dealership near Keene. Discover the new car difference. American Steel Fabricators. Visit americansteelfab.com. Fenton Family Dealerships, the tri-state area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, locally owned since 1986. Fieldstone Land Consultants, a professional engineering, land surveying, and environmental services company serving New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Maine. The Melanson Company, commercial and residential roofing since 1932. Engelberth Construction, we build relationships for life. Sullivan Tire, located on Winchester Street in Keene. We're always here to get you there. Noise Volkswagen, we look forward to guiding you on your Volkswagen journey. And by the Best Western Plus Hotel, located at 401 Winchester Street in Keene. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Owls Media Network. Baseball will be back in action tomorrow at Castleton. Next time you'll see us here on the network is Wednesday night as men's lacrosse takes on Castleton here at home. Thanks for joining us once again after a beautiful day here in Keene, New Hampshire. I'm Carson Flake signing off. Have a good night.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.